What's going on, guys, and welcome to Somewhere in SoCal. My name is Mike Devlak, and on this channel I show you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. In today's video, we are in the brand new community of Sedona in the city of Winchester. This community is only 2 weeks old, so I'm super excited to show you guys these two amazing models. All right, there is a third floor plan available that's a little bit smaller and cheaper than this first one that we're gonna hop into. We're also gonna hop on a map like I usually do and show you guys what it's like to actually live here. We'll show you medical care, schools, parks, things to do, commute times, all that kind of stuff that you care about before making a move out to an area like this. I'm gonna show you guys everything you need to know on the map. All right, like I said, show you on these two model homes. All right, I'm also gonna introduce you to someone new. All right, in the video, you're gonna see my partner, Zach Bach. All right, Zach is an Air Force veteran. All right, been doing real estate for 8 years. And like you guys, he moved, well, like most of you guys, I guess, he moved from out of the area to this area. So he grew up in Northern California, was in the military, lived in Utah for a little bit, and then he moved to Menifee. So, you know, he has those similar stories like to me. Like I moved here 3 years ago with my family because my family is expanding. We moved from Los Angeles area, Long Beach. All right, Zach moved from elsewhere to this area as well with his family. So we kind of know what you're going through as far as, you know, possibly relocating to this area and trying to make a change within your lifestyle. So I moved here with no family and no friends, and I've built a pretty cool life, and I think you can too. So anyways, a couple things. I walked really far. Let me walk back this way. A couple things I want to point out. All right, this community, the coolest thing, all right, there's no HOA. All right, I know that HOAs are kind of a turnoff to some people, and HOAs really aren't too bad in this area, but there is no HOA here. All right, what does that mean? What's the most common thing that I see? All right, people really love RVs and boats and that sort of stuff out here. So you'll see 95% of the houses here are going to be able to have a third car garage as an option. All right, if you don't have that, like this first model we're gonna hop into, all right, the side yard is really wide, so you're able to do that RV parking on the sides of the houses. So I think that's really cool because I just ran into a couple this weekend. I was actually out with some YouTube clients, you guys, all right, and we were looking at houses in Cimarron Ridge. I ran into this couple, and they really wanted RV parking. So as soon as I'm done filming here, I'm actually gonna reach out to them and say, hey, there's a brand new community. What do you think, kind of thing. So that's really cool. So that kind of has to go with my next thing is, if you like what you see, go ahead and reach out. My phone number is gonna be on the screen right now, whether you're coming out today, tomorrow, next month, next year, whenever. All right, go ahead and reach out to me. I build really good relationships with the salespeople here. All right, and I'm able to get, I got into escrow yesterday in a community. We got $25,000 off the builder's asking price and 50% more incentives than the builder was offering. So, you know, when you go to these builders, make sure you go with a realtor, someone who's on your side of the transaction, who wants the best for you. All right, hopefully it's me, and hopefully I'm able to earn your business. All right, but you know, go in there with, I don't know, Batman and Robin, basically, someone who's on your team, willing to fight for you and get you the best deal possible. All right, one other thing, last thing I want to touch on is going to be the tax rate. All right, tax rate in this community is 1.85%. That includes the special assessments with Melrose and that sort of stuff. All right, the very last thing before hopping in the video, if you like this sort of stuff that we're doing here, make sure you do this stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. All right, I'm posting this show every Saturday at 8 a.m. on YouTube, where I show you guys somewhere in SoCal. So if you like this, do the stuff. All right, anyways, let's go see these houses. We're gonna start things off with model 50 square feet. This one right here is going to be 3 to 4 bedrooms for a dead number. As spec. All right, you got the 2-car or 3-car garage. Right now, this is set up, this is the sales office. It's set up as the office. There will be a driveway here going up. That fence will get removed, don't worry. All right, and this one right here starts at $567,000.
Cool. As you come up to the house, you'll see the xeriscaping out here. This is drought-tolerant landscaping. California's been in a drought forever, so all the new build houses, for the most part, are going to have this nice drought-tolerant. Help keep your water bill a little bit lower every single month, which is nice. As you come into this one, I love how wide this is in here. This is great for people that, you know, have kids and stuff like that. You can put, you know, some kind of a shoe bin and some other stuff in there and not feel crowded as you're coming in the front door. Of course, living area, very, very open. This is what everybody wants, this nice kind of just open concept feel in here. So this is really nice. You got a good sized kitchen, plenty of cabinet space in here. And in a lot of builds, when you have this much cabinet space, you end up losing your pantry. But what's nice is you still do have a decent sized pantry in here where you can store all of that food. You've got cabinets underneath the island. You've got the sink is a little bit far away from the refrigerator for my taste, but it is nice because the sink is kind of out of the way and it's not on the island for, you know, taking up space there. The setup in this room, this is a large size room. This is huge. So this couch, if you're one of those people that has a huge couch, or you want to put in a hide-a-bed or something like that, plenty of space here, and then you can mount your TV over there. We can check out the backyard. So one of the cool things about this community is all the lots are over 7,000 square feet. So what does that mean? That means that there's a lot of space. So either you're gonna get a lot of space in the front for parking, or you're getting a lot of space in the back, but it's nice having over 7,000. One of the things that's really cool about that is things like RV parking. This community doesn't have an HOA, so you're able to convert something like this into RV parking if you wanted to. And so that's something that a lot of people look for, I guess, RV, boat. And then of course, it's nice just to be able to look in the backyard and kind of get an idea of, hey, this is what it could look like. Because of course your backyard is going to come as kind of a blank canvas, and you get to design it however you want to design it. The other cool part about 7,000 square foot lots is pools. A lot of people want pools in this area. Usually on a 7K lot, you can very easily put a pool in, which is nice.
Especially guys with no HOA in this community, you're not going to have that community pool. So, you know, having these big lots is a huge bonus if you're someone who wants that pool, because, you know, you're saving money with no HOA, but you have that extra space here for that.
Absolutely.
We forgot to mention one thing too. There is actually a park that's being built with kind of as we're flying in, or flying in. I was flying the drone before Zach got here. All right, there is a big park that's built here. You know, despite no HOA, there is a community park. You can walk dogs, take walks. You got kids who have them go play and all that. Anyways, back to the tour.
Cool. This has upgraded flooring. This is called LVP flooring. It's kind of like a water resistant flooring. You got your front closet here, and then you have a really pretty large linen closet here in the hallway, which is nice. Could double as a second pantry if you needed even more storage. Now this is a flex room. This is nice because if you're working from home, I know a lot of people after COVID started working from home, you're able to convert this and just leave this as a den and just turn this into a den, maybe put some barn doors to close it off if you wanted to. And then it's also an optional bedroom. So you can turn this into a bedroom. This right here would be the closet in this bedroom. And so you can have this as a bedroom. But the cool part about having it as a den is you can always convert it into a bedroom later, which is nice. You know, so it's great having this open space. This is also great for like a kid area. You know, gate this off, let the kids play in there, and they can make a mess. Coming down the hallway, you got two bedrooms down here. You got the laundry room. Bedrooms are a good size. These, you know, you can see the nightstands are not touching the walls. Plenty of space in here. You got those cool accent walls and stuff like that. I always love new builds. The rooms are always themed. This one is obviously a soccer theme for the, you know, if you have a soccer player in your life. Right across, you got the laundry room. No sink in this one, but plenty of space in here, which is nice. It'd be really easy to put a little folding table right here if you're, you know, one of those people that always folds your laundry as soon as it comes out of the dryer.
Yeah, and this is, guys, this is kind of what a standard laundry room is going to look like. You know, a lot of the new builds have like different, like Zach said, they can put like a sink there or something. This is kind of how a lot of them are going to look, minus the appliances, but it's kind of just like this little rack up here is basically how it comes standard.
And one thing to point out in most of the new builds too, you're gonna have electric dryers. So just food for thought on that. If you already have appliances, it's important to make sure that you're not showing up to your new house with your washer and dryer and you got a gas dryer. You got a bathroom here. Kind of designed to be this is designed to be the guest bathroom. You got a full-size shower and soaking tub, so that does make this a full-size bathroom. It does not have a double sink vanity. That could be an option from the builder if you wanted to, or alternatively, when you move in, you can also just rip out this vanity and put one in, get one off of Wayfair for $700-800 bucks. Got another bathroom here, or excuse me, bedroom here. Once again, great size room in here. You could easily put a queen size bed and have plenty of space left over. This one's got a little bit of an outdoorsy theme to it. So more inspiration for you. This room does face the front of the house. I know some people don't necessarily like that, so just food for thought on this model. You will be facing the street. And then we'll go on down to the master bedroom. I don't want to take Mike's spin test away from him. Let's give Mike his spin test.
There we go. This is a little narrow as to bend the arms on the spin test, but it is pretty long this way. So like I'm not even touching the door yet. I'm not even back here. So like these sides are long. There's a weird, other than that, that's kind of different. I have to say weird. Okay, so weird is not a good. It's different.
A little
Unique.
different. It's unique.
Unique's the right word, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this room's very, very large. This is great. One thing about this room with its current setup, for some people, if you like to have a TV in your room, the only wall to put a TV is this one here. So if your TV sticks out from the wall, just food for thought on that a little bit. It does limit your walkway on that. Or I guess you could put it against that wall, but the person on this side of the bed is going to get gypped.
You must watch my videos because I mentioned that all the time. That I don't like this stuff.
Yeah.
The TV, like, getting straight
Yeah.
to my bed.
We're like 2 seconds away from having just TVs mounted on the ceiling anyway. So double sink vanity in here. This is a small vanity though. So if you've got a lot of stuff on your vanity, it's food for thought on that. A little bit small. This one does not have a bathtub in here. Usually that's an optional upgrade. Just a shower in here. So if you're a bath taker with this house, you're going to be using the bath down the hall and sharing it with your kids. You get a nice little, it's not even little, you have a very large linen closet in here. Chances are the reason that this is so big is this is an optional with turning this into a bath. But we'd of course have to talk to the builder about that. So pretty large linen closet.
And the cool thing with Zach having said that, there's only 2 houses. This is a brand new community. Like the 2 models that we're touring right now are the only 2 that are standing. You can see the drone shots. It's funny because it's like 2 houses and there's nothing else. So you have the ability to customize things however you want. So you know, obviously the limitations are on what the builder is willing to do, but it's early enough in the process that none of these houses have started yet. There's only these 2 standing. Everything else that you see is a dirt wall. So.
One thing I forgot to mention earlier, this house has the 2-car garage model. The reason that we have so much space off to the side for like RV parking is you could have an optional 3rd car garage. So if you're the person that, hey, I have too many vehicles or I want a home gym or something like that, maybe the 3rd car garage option. If you're like, hey, no, I have jet skis and a boat and an RV, then maybe that outdoor, having that RV parking and just going with the 2-car garage. So.
Then you do have the garage, we brought this, cover this, I think. You do have the garage entrance right here. So right now that leads to the sales office. That will be the garage entrance there. So anyways, we're at this one up again. This was model 1850. Keep in mind, there is one smaller that starts a little bit cheaper than this. Out of the 3 models, this is the middle one. Sorry, out of the 3 floor plans, this is just the middle one. This is the first model though. So 1850 on square footage. You got 3 or 4 bedrooms, depending what you want to do with that little hidden den office space that we talked about. And this one starts at $567,000. All right, guys. So next up, we're gonna hop on a map, and I'm gonna show you guys what life looks like living here. Before I do that, I just want to remind you guys that this is a show I post every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. where I show you a few different models at a new community. We hop on a map and show you guys what it's like to live there. So if you like that kind of stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell, and plan on joining me every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Also, if at any point you like anything you see, you want to go check some things out in person, whether it's this community or another one, go ahead and reach out. My phone number is going to be on the screen right now. You can call, text, my email and Zoom links are down in the description below. But I'd love to get to talk to you and kind of, you know, as I've mentioned before, put the puzzle pieces together. I've been to a lot of these communities now, seen a lot of different model homes. So once I talk to you and kind of figure out what your budget is and what you like or don't like, I'm usually able to put the puzzle pieces together and kind of direct you guys to a place that I think is a perfect fit for you. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into this map. Alrighty, so where the heck are we? All right, as I mentioned earlier, we are in the city of Winchester, but one thing I want you guys to notice is that we are right on the border of Menifee and Winchester. So just a couple things I want to point out about just the growth of this area. So here we are, KB Homes at Sedona, right off of Dominigoni/Newport. All right, we zoom in, you'll see lots of other new developments as well. There's 2 other KB communities right over here. There is a couple other communities I've filmed before as well. We've got North Sky with DR Horton further up the road here. We've got Tri Point, which is a really popular community further up to Dominigoni, if my computer will slide. All right, so all those are up in this area. Then you got some up here with Pleasant Valley Ranch and Pradera Place and Pradera Point. So there's lots of new builds in this area. And I kind of want to point out, so you saw the, you've seen the big empty land and stuff that you see from the drone. But further down the street right here, you're going to see that they're building a brand new shopping center, which is going to be on the corner up here on Dominigoni and Winchester Road. So in this corner right over here, brand new shopping center with a, you know, big grocery store, Chipotle, Starbucks, McDonald's, gas station, all that good stuff. So that's going to be your closest shopping center to Sedona. But also, if you were to come up the community and go, you know, west down Dominigoni into Newport, you know, you're right you have access to all the Menifee shopping centers as well. So there's a shopping center right here with the Stater Brothers. There's a gas station, car wash, Starbucks, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Del Taco. So there's a big shopping center right here. And if you go a little bit further down, all right, you're basically to the 215 freeway. So you're really close to freeway access. We're probably less than 10 minutes from a freeway. And then you got what I call the 4 quadrants. But the main shopping center in Menifee is right here. You got Savage Chef, my favorite restaurant, on this side of things. Over on this side up here, you're going to have LA Fitness, you're going to have Raising Cane's, that sort of thing. And then the other side, you got Texas Roadhouse, you got the police department, you got Chick-fil-A, some other options over here. So there's tons of options as far as shopping goes close by. And you're not too far from the mall down in Temecula, the Temecula Promenade. You're about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on traffic, from the promenade. So we'll zoom down here just to kind of show you guys. So the Temecula Promenade is kind of just south of where the 15 and 215 meet. Right here, the 79. Oops, pardon the computer lag. It's down here. There's a Costco down there as well. There's actually a closer Costco on Clinton Keith up here. I'm not going to zoom with my computer, but at the top of the map up here, Clinton Keith, there's a brand new Costco and stuff right up there. But yeah, the mall's right down here. You got all kinds of stuff, Apple Store, Lululemon, your typical food courts and restaurants and that sort of stuff there. So lots of options there. Next up, I want to discuss the medical care. So that's one of the big questions we get, has to do with the medical care. So as far as emergency services go, okay, we're really close to the Menifee Global Medical Center, which is going to be right over here on McCall. So you're less than 10-minute drive to right here, or Menifee Global Medical Center, and then you're also really close to some of the facilities that Kaiser Permanente has if you're a Kaiser patient. So Kaiser is right here off of Scott down here, so you'll see a really short drive. Just hop on the freeway or go up to the 79 and come down Scott. The Kaiser Hospital or urgent care and medical offices are right here, and right next to that they have a Loma Linda medical offices and hospital location too. So you have a lot of medical care within about a 15-minute drive right here in Winchester. Now, as far as schools go, all right, this is where things get a little, I guess I would say, tricky in my book. Let me go to nearby just to show the directions. Oops, the directions. All right, so your elementary school that you're zone 2 right now is going to be Winchester Elementary School. All right, so the elementary school is going to be Winchester Elementary, and you'll see that one is a relatively short drive, 7-minute drive, 3.5 miles roughly to get to school in the mornings for elementary. For middle school, we're going to Rancho Viejo Middle School. We're getting a little bit further for the middle school. All right, see, this is 11 miles, 21 minutes to get there. Now, there are middle schools much closer, so I don't know if they're going to change this. Or maybe you could petition and go to Ethan A. Chase or some of these other schools that are in this area. Like, we're talking, when I say you guys are on the border between Winchester and Menifee, I mean, I'm just going to look at the map over here. You got, in this neighborhood here, this is where I live. All right, you've got a middle school down here. You got an elementary school over here, and then you got the high school right up here, right? So it's really much closer to go here than to go there. So maybe you guys can petition for something there. But what you're currently zoned to, allegedly, is Rancho Viejo. And then the high school is going to be Taquitos High School. Taquitos High School, which is also going to be a pretty lengthy drive. All right, you got a 23-minute drive, so it's right by Rancho Viejo Middle School. So those are really long drives. Something to consider, but I would maybe look into petitioning to go to one of these schools that are much closer over here in Menifee. Maybe there's something you guys can do with work or stuff like that. So I'll look into that. All right, so I want to zoom out just a little bit further, just to kind of show you guys things to do in the area. Now we covered shopping, schools, and medical, and then also just the commute times. It was, really close to the freeway here, 215 if you need to get there. But I want you to pay attention. If you're someone who loves outdoor living, all right, this is a really cool area for you. We got a few different lakes and tons of different hiking trails. So the closest one to where we are here is going to be Diamond Valley Lake. You see right over here. Just south of that, kind of towards Temecula and by French Valley, you're going to have Lake Skinner. If you head west down Dominigoni, which turns into Newport, which turns into Railroad Canyon, you'll end up at Lake Elsinore. And then further north up to 215, we have Paris Lake or Lake Paris up here. So you got really good activities on the water if that's something you're into. And then there's tons of mountains and trails around to hike. I mean, just looking at all, if you look at the drone shots, you see all the hills and mountains in the background. There's tons of hiking trails around, and people really love to hike and kind of do outdoor living out here. So there's lots of options for you if you fall into that category. And then some other things I just wanted to point out. I already touched on the mall, but you're also relatively close to wine country as well. If you're someone who enjoys going to the wineries and that sort of thing, you got wineries over here. You're probably, I don't know, about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes from wine country back here in Temecula. Old Town Temecula is down on this side of the freeway over here. Once again, you know, less than 30 minutes roughly from there. You've got a couple different Indian casinos nearby. Most notably is going to be Pachanga. So Pachanga is down here. Here we go. Pachanga, really good there. They actually revamped their whole pool area. So it's, you know, we like to take the kids sometimes in the summer, just hang out. We have a pool in our community, but we love to kind of point that out too. Is, you know, it kind of feels like a Vegas feel to it. There's golf courses there. Tons of golf in the area. If you're into golf, there's lots of different golf courses around within a 30-45 minute drive that you can go to. The closest one to where we are here is going to be Menifee Country Club. So you'd come up, actually it's right there. So you see us here, and here's the green, and here's the Menifee Country Club. All right, so you get in the entrance over here. There's driving range and everything right there. So if you're into golf, you're good there. You know, about an hour 15 from San Diego, hour from Disneyland, hour 15 from Palm Desert, and that sort of thing. So actually, it's a pretty good location where we're at here. And with lots of people looking to move into Menifee, Winchester's kind of the next area that's going to grow and kind of see that expansion, and we're starting to see a lot of it. So they're going to be building lots of more communities, and this is a good opportunity for you to get into this one really early. All right, so before we dive back in and see this last house, I wanted to just remind you guys that in addition to doing this YouTube stuff, I'm actually a real estate investor, and I list homes as well. So, you know, I'm always trying to buy fixer-uppers, you know, try to buy a couple of those a month to, you know, flip and do investments basically. But what does that mean for you? All right, so I'm constantly in the market. So if you're someone who needs to sell a house in order to get another house, I would love to help you out. I can hop on do a video report for you, right? So you send me your address, I talk to you about it a little bit, get some comps, show you some different market trends, and kind of just show you what I think your house could sell for. And then in addition to that, I'm going to show you guys what my marketing strategy is going to be and my pricing strategy. All right. Price is just a marketing tool. I get into the whole video, and I'll explain everything in a video if you need it. I want to bore everyone else with that kind of stuff. But if you're someone who needs to sell a house in order to buy a house, just know that I can help you, and there's no obligation to go with me. I'll just give you some information, put in your back pocket. If you want to use me to sell your house, cool. If not, no big deal, no pressure. I'd still love to help you out here. Anyways, let's get back to this last house. Next up, we've got plan 2083, meaning it's 2,083 square feet. This one's going to be 4 to 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, modeled with the 3-car garage. The standard is going to be a 2-car garage. All right, and this one right here is starting at $602,000. All right, so as we walk up here, one of the questions I get a lot of the time has to do with the front yard landscaping. On the last house, we mentioned the backyard. All right, the backyard is going to come as a blank canvas. The front yard, it's not going to be as nice as this, right? But it is going to be landscaped this kind of desert style. Now, you can do whatever you want after the fact. You guys put turf, grass, whatever. But then it comes similar to this with this kind of like desert style outside. I don't think these rocks are in here. I don't necessarily think you're going to have steps leading up to your house, right? But this is kind of the style you can expect to get in. Let's clear that door. Nice little pop there. So once again, we've got a nice wide entryway. We'll start off to the right over here. We've got bedroom 1 right here. All right, so you got a nice window looking up at the front yard. Pretty good size, you know, a little bit bigger than maybe what your standard bedroom is. It does feel maybe a little skinny because of this jetting out a little bit, and the closet eating up some of this space, right? But I do kind of like the design. I always like about too. It's just that paint they've got, this nice little touch that's simple, easy, cheap that you guys can do to enhance the room. And right up here, we're gonna have our our first bathroom, bathroom 1. I love this black trim. I love the gold handles and even the toilet roll holder. Pretty good there. And I want to point this out. I don't know why anyone would do this, but you guys are able to take that bedroom. All right, don't pay attention to the bedroom numbers. I call bedroom 1. All right, but you could get rid of this bathroom right here and make it a walk-in closet. I personally wouldn't do that, but do you. All right, so now we're gonna enter the great room right here. So you see a pretty nice sized island right here. It kind of just flows nicely to the rest of the living room and dining area. All right, you're gonna have nice countertops. Got the sink over here. One thing I always like to point out for those of you that's been around, I love how the island has no sink on it. Now, if you're someone who entertains and you've got people here, you don't have to have a party with dishes stacking up, right? You can do your charcuterie board, chips, salsa, whatever you want. You got family game nights around this island, so this is kind of just the centerpiece of this area, and it's nice to have the sink over here on this side, kind of not disrupting whatever you guys got going on. All right, one other thing I want to point out, all right, for those of you who are, I don't know, maybe moving from other areas, or you're currently living in a house with gas stove, in California, things going forward after 2024, any house that was started after 2024 is going to have it's not gonna be gas, it's gonna be electric. All right, so that's something to keep in mind going forward. I know some people that's like a deal breaker, but the only way to avoid it at this point is to build a time machine, go back and buy a house like years ago. All right, so going forward, majority of the time if you're gonna buy a new build, it's gonna have no gas right there. Alrighty. All right, so we got our dining area right here. We got a pretty good sized pantry. You can walk into there. Lots of shelves, really tall as well, so lots of space in there for all your food. Got good living room, really good size. Kind of like this feels super cozy, and today's super hot, and I don't know, this air conditioning feels really nice. Really cool living space. I'll head to the backyard real quick. I'm a broken record. I'll say it again. These come as a blank canvas. All right, I want you guys to just have some inspiration here. So you got the outdoor dining area out here. Still a spot for covered patio that you can kind of after the fact. Right, you can see obviously it's the turf on here. It's nice, bulgy fire pit. So really a pretty good use of space here in this backyard if someone likes to entertain. I'm gonna say the master for last. Let's go to the front over here again and check out these other bedrooms. All right, so right here we're gonna have what we're gonna call bedroom number 2. It's another bedroom at the front of the house, behind one of those secondary bedrooms. You've got these sliding glass doors right here for the closet. Just notice that, you know, the bed's a decent size. You got the nightstands on both sides here, so pretty decent sized room. It might feel or look a little bit smaller on the video. All right, just keep that in mind that there are nightstands on both sides of that. Got storage closet right there. We're gonna have bathroom number 2 right here. I love the double sinks here. If you've got kids that are getting ready for school in the morning, I know my kids fight, right? So you got each of them get their own thing, brush their teeth, wash their face, do their hair, get ready, all that good stuff. And then you've got the shower tub combo right there. You're gonna have your garage access right here, which is a little bit different than most places. Most places that garage access is gonna lead right into the kitchen or front of the house. This is kind of just tucked away in the back a little bit. We'll go in here to bedroom number 3. You've got your sliding glass closet doors there. And this is kind of a cool, unique use of space here with, I'm thinking of someone who's like a teenager or middle school kid where they can have room for their desk to do their homework, right? And they got this. So this is kind of just a unique setup that they've got here as the design center up here. So Indiana Jones thing.
One thing on the garage too, this house comes standard with a 2-car. This one has the optional 3rd car on it.
There. All right, now let's go to the back. Then also something I want to point out, you guys look at the floors. One, I really love this flooring, but 2, this is not your standard flooring that comes with the house when you buy it. All right, when most people do the upgrades of these new builds, like that's the #1 thing that they're going for is this floor. Now, you can just get it in the wet areas, you can get it all throughout the house, like these guys have done in most of the rooms. So the bedrooms we were just in had carpet, right? But you can see as we're gonna enter here into this den area, this is gonna flow all the way here, and I'll just go a little peek to the master. And their master bedroom, they got the flooring too. So that's where a lot of people spend most of their money on the upgrades, is the flooring. But yeah, anyway, so here we go. We got a den, study, office, game room, however you wanna make this thing. All right, it's a really cool setup. You got this window looking out to the backyard, which, one, lets that light in, but 2, if you got kids playing out there, or maybe the adults are hanging out there, this is a kid's playroom, you guys can peep in and check on them. I know this was my house. This would either be my office or the room that my kids get to destroy without getting in trouble. All right, so full office here. We got our laundry room right here, which is nice because we got the master bedroom there, and we got the laundry room here with this built-in sink. You got the cabinets up top. Pretty good little space here. And then, oops, I'm gonna point this out before we go to the master. All right, so there's options with that office den thing that we showed you guys. So it's set up as the den right now. This could be bedroom 5, or you block this off and it's a retreat within the master bedroom. So we'll go to the master right now. You come into the master. This is a really big room. There's a lot of space you can see at the foot of the bed where you got this couch here. You got your TV area that's going to be up there. And then obviously it's really wide with the nightstands on both sides, and then even additional space on the sides of those before we get to touching the wall. You got the natural light with the big windows there. In the back corner over here, we're going to have our walk-in closet. All right, this is pretty big. So, I mean, see, this is what the spin test looks like when I'm holding the camera, right? All right, so I'm touching a little bit, but there's definitely enough space in there for you guys. And then we go into the master bathroom. You got your soaking tub, you got your shower. Like I said, I love the black trim. I love the gold finishes there. 2 sinks. Now, I personally prefer this to be a little bit bigger. Maybe I'm just being me, right? I like a little bit more space here, but it gets the job done. You got a nice mirror there, your medicine cabinet. And then obviously we've got our throne area right here. And then I can just show them the floor real quick. You have the upgraded flooring here, which is a nice little pop of color, and it really ties in with this accent wall that we saw right here. So just cool little touches I like to inspire you guys in addition to just doing house tour. So anyways, so as we head out here, so this one right here was model 2083. It's 2,083 square feet. We had 4 or 5 bedrooms, depending what you want to do with this room. Or you got that studio den area. And this one right here is starting at $602,000. Alrighty, so that was Sedona in Winchester by KB Homes. We toured these 2 really cool models. Keep in mind there was a 3rd floor plan that's smaller and cheaper than what we've shown you today. All right, I'm gonna let you guys on a little secret though. This is now my 4th or 5th time filming this outro. The way we typically do this, I go out, we film these houses. Well, first I go talk to people in the office, film the houses, fly the drone up, all that stuff. So you may have noticed, Zach was here for the videos. He wasn't here in the intro, he wasn't in the outro, but he actually was. We filmed it. We realized the microphones were bad, so maybe the audio is different now than it was during the video. You guys might have noticed on the second house that cut out a little bit. So I wanted to give you guys a good, good audio quality here. So anyways, that's why Zach's not here. It's not because he hates you guys. All right, but anyways, so like I said, we toured these 2 models, hopped on a map, showed you guys what it's like to actually live in this area. 2 things to keep in mind: no HOA, so you got those RV parking, boats, whatever. All right, so no HOA for you, and the tax rate was 1.85%. That includes the Melrose special assessments, all that good stuff. All right, keep in mind, this is a show that I post every Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like this kind of stuff, do the stuff. Like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in basically Southern California, and especially the new homes. So that's what I'm doing. There are over 100 communities within 25 miles of where we're standing right now, and my plan is to bring as many of them as possible to you. And I'm super excited for the summer because there are much more coming. All right, so I'm gonna get out there and film those ones as well. And as always, if you want to come see any of these things in person, go ahead and reach out. I would love to help you guys. My number's gonna be on the screen right now. Whether you're coming today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever, reach out. I wanna be on your side. I wanna be your local guide to the area and help you guys find your somewhere in SoCal. Before I turn this camera off, all right, YouTube's gonna throw up a video right here. So if you like this video, you're probably gonna like this one, and hope to see you in there.